Welcome to the Cherry Wood podcast with me, Rachel Burridge.
And the very tasty Simon Burridge. Hey, Steve Degiorgio, whatever company you want to mention, or all three, and then clip, and then we'll get ready to go.
Hello.
Now, I said, say your name first, say your company, and then, you know, we know you're always premature. So your name, you have got 4 daughters, So say your name, whatever company of the 3 you want to mention, unless you want to mention them all, and then click. Nice snap, right?
Yeah. Do I have to be in shot?
You don't have to be. That has to be in shot more than anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stephen Degiorgio.
Did you hear? So we've wasted about 4 gigabytes of footage.
I thought he was laughing because I went like this and then I went.
No, it's the first time I've ever seen you having to duck down.
Yeah.
You usually have to get on your toes.
Yeah.
You can go whenever you want. This is all being used, Steve. Every bit. All these laughs are being used. This is the funniest bit of this with you, I reckon. Everything else is going to be boring.
Steve Degiorgio talking about the Degiorgio Group.
We're there at last. We'll just leave that there.
Yeah, that's it. Right, wicked. Thanks. See you later.
So, we're not in the studio today. Before I start, Steve, there's a sign now.
Yes.
It says Cherry Wood Podcast. And what we do with every guest is we get them to guess how long it is before it falls off the wall. Because it usually falls off the wall.
But it's going to hit
how
you
long?
today.
Yes. As long as it doesn't hit us, darling.
That's fine. It will do after.
We've got a rubber chicken we stick on the floor so it goes, well, it's meant to, it never has yet.
Hey, bring the real ones in.
Yeah, they're asleep. Yeah, the real chickens are asleep.
Fancy Nando's.
So how long into the podcast do you think it'll be? And then we give £100 to a charity of our choice if you're the nearest.
9 minutes.
Ooh.
9 minutes? Okay, we're going 9 minutes.
From now.
I can't, from now, 9 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. 9 minutes from now. Right, so we're not in the studio because he gets afraid of studios. This Steve Degiorgio. I don't know why I rubbed him. He's got studio eye. Even though he's been in...
Both your hands are soft.
Are they? Thank you.
Can you imagine that on there?
That's all right.
Can't see that.
For people listening, for people listening, we've only rubbed his arm. That's it. Yeah. It's like an arm. Makes up for his height. Right. So we're talking to the Maltese mafia minion. That is Stephen Degiorgio, and his companies are, oh my God, Angelos Interiors.
Yeah.
Degiorgio Builders, is that correct? No, that's wrong. Degiorgio Properties, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the last one is, do I?
No, Mark and Steve Properties.
Mark and Steve Properties. Oh,
yeah,
right.
Really bad name.
How did you find it?
How did that? M&S was taken. And S&M was really wrong. But it was all taken. I kid you not, I looked.
Oh, right.
S&M Properties.
Right, yeah. So we've got the old Maltese bottle of wine here because we spent summer holiday with you, didn't we, and your family, and we loved it. And our daughter Tilly plays with your daughter Tilly, and we've just surprised them because we've just surprised our Tilly with your Tilly. Sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah, Tilly.
And so you've got 4 daughters. We've got 2 kids together, and then I've got another 3 boys, but they all got on well on holiday, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ted didn't get naked.
Thank
7-year-old Ted didn't get, which is quite pleasing, wasn't it, mate?
Oh, but he played nicely with your little girl, Violet.
Violet and Daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got to say, we wasn't sure what Malta would be like, and a lot of people still don't know what Malta's like, but we literally go around telling everyone it was a paradise.
Yeah.
We loved it. We absolutely loved it.
Because even my parents are looking at going next year,
Yeah.
because we gave them the book and said, oh, go here, you know, this bit and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, okay. maybe.
Yeah, we absolutely loved it. And
You'll have to come back
definitely
out.
we will.
Mm.
We
Next
will come
year
back.
will be my 40th, and on my birthday, I want to try.
Are you really only 39?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Next year's my
Everyone
50th.
says that.
Next year's my 50th.
Oh, so
Rupert.
he's 10 years younger than you then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, God damn, mate. That's good for you.
When's your birthday's August as well?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Is yours August?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years younger.
My son's 30 next year as well, so blimey. There's loads of round figures next year, isn't there?
Mm.
Jem, your cousin's 40 next year.
And my sister, she's 30.
What school do you go to?
John Fisher.
I don't know what that is. One in Home and Away?
Who?
John Fisher.
Oh, God, you're showing your age now.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know what you're talking
Mr.
about.
Fisher.
John Fisher's
St. John Fisher in Chatham.
Chatham, yeah.
Yeah. Up the road from the train station.
Yes.
Rachel's a chav as well, you know that. Was you born in Chatham? No,
Gillingham.
Gillingham, okay.
Canada House.
I went there. I was born in All Saints and then
All Saints,
moved
yeah.
to Canada House afterwards.
Yeah.
As with tradition, I have left my phone on. So,
God.
and because I'm so popular, it always goes off. Okay.
You set yourself
OnlyFans.
Well, you're only.
It's my OnlyFans. Another subscription.
Lost.
All the old ladies coming up.
Slit-eyedfatman.com. That's not racist because I'm talking about myself. I don't think. Well, I don't know. We'll soon find out.
And Maltese.
Okay, so we've done well talking about your business so far, haven't we?
Yeah. Talk about holiday.
Right. So
But anyway,
yes, you were born in England, but
Yes.
you actually spent a lot of your life in Malta as well. Your family are Maltese, aren't
No,
they?
so I born and lived all my life Malta, England. I'm
Oh,
confusing
right.
myself
Okay.
now.
Right.
So my mum and dad moved here in I think it's the late 60s, early 70s, and they've lived here ever since. So I've always lived here. We always used to go out for August as a kid,
Right.
up until I was 17, 16, 17. You start work.
Mm.
Then when you have to pay for it yourself, you don't go as long.
Yeah,
No,
that's very true.
It's a week here, week there.
I can't afford it, sorry.
And it's your uncle was a bit of a local legend, and he had still got a couple of hotels, and is that right? Am I
Yeah.
thinking your uncle?
Yeah. So uncle, he's got a hotel and nightclubs. It was back in the 80s, 90s. Excalibur nightclub, King Charles Hotel. It's bringing back when,
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And he turned up in the country, you said, with £10. Is that right?
10 quid in his pocket, yeah. The story I was told, he'd come over here, and the address he was given by a friend, because obviously back then you didn't have mobiles, was the wrong address. And the house he knocked at, the guy felt so sorry for him, took him in for the night, ended up marrying his daughter.
Joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Blimey, that's
Yeah.
wicked.
So
Oh, that's
then,
really
his father-in-law was, I think he was an engineer, structural engineer. And yeah, he worked in a coffee shop, then saved up enough money to,
How old was he roughly when he came over then?
I want to say 18, 19. He was very young. It was,
that's
no,
like a baby, isn't it? You know,
I
imagine.
think mid-20s, I think it was.
Has he got your height?
No, he's shorter than me.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fit him in
Maybe
your
they thought he was
pocket.
some.
Yeah.
Did they think he was some sort of Jedi master?
Yoda.
I felt sorry for him
Baby
because
Yoda.
they thought he was a kid when they knocked
Yeah,
on the door.
yeah.
Oh, come here, we'll look
That's
after
right.
you.
I'm going to pizza.
Oddjob's turned up. Oddjob. See, I always thought Rachel was Maltese because she's brown on the outside and blonde on the inside.
Actually, my friend did say that. She does say that.
Right, so,
Malteser.
how did you end up being where you are today, Steve, with your businesses and things?
Cool. 17, about 16, 17 years ago, me and Mark, we bought...
Mark's your brother, isn't he?
Mark's my brother, yeah.
He's got three brothers, all look identical, just with slightly. It's like Guess Who. It's like Maltese Guess Who.
Joe's taller. He's a milkman.
The one I played. Is he the one I played cards with? Is he a milkman?
No, that's Tony.
The one with hair. How many brothers you got then?
I've
Four.
got three. There's four of us.
He's one of
I'm one of four.
Oh, right. I thought there was.
So you got Tony was cards.
Yeah.
Mark was
Builder.
Yeah, and then
One's a milkman.
and then the milkman.
I've not met the milkman.
Right.
Does he look like you as well?
He looks more like Tony Cards,
So he's got hair.
but taller. Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
They
So
do
it
all
sort
look
of
alike
goes like
still.
this.
They look like the minions. Like the one's got one eye in it, and then the other one's got the goggles, two goggles.
So you're saying that
And then you've got a
yellow?
long, tall one.
Yeah.
The long, tall one must be the milkman.
Oh, man.
Man.
The other day, me and Darren, we was at a job in Maidstone, and we was dye testing a roof. And the dye was doing was bright yellow, and honestly, it nearly came up, and I was thought of you straight away. I thought if that got me, I'd have to send a selfie because that is me. I'm either a minion or Bart Simpson.
I've been calling Bart Simpson.
And you were in dungarees as well.
Oh God, no. Well, I would have got some just for that. But it's brilliant.
Yeah, I've been calling him minion for about 3 years. Probably about 5 months behind his back.
And then one day you
Thanks, I can
slipped
see
out. He's so horrible.
Especially when I met your brother, I was like, blimey, they're exactly the same. That's perfect. I'm going to definitely call them minions now.
No, it was jaundice. There's no windows in the office. Kidney infection.
Right, sorry. So you and
yeah,
Mark.
so, yeah.
About 16, 17 years ago, we bought a property together and then refurbished it to sell it. That's what Degiorgio Properties was originally set up for. We bought it. We set it up as a property development company. And then in 2008, we just bought 2 properties. And then the housing market crashed. So the 2 houses done up were worth less than what we bought them for. So, tough times. We ended up just renting the 2 houses outright because we couldn't sell them because I owed a lot of money on credit cards. Mark did because we both give up quite well-paid jobs to do this.
Was it building jobs you were doing then?
Yeah. Mark's background was more. He was a rep, managers of different sort of tool hire and different industries. I was always on the tools trade, doing different things.
That's normally how it works. There's normally one doing the background side of it and one that's more hands-on, isn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like that. And then, so we've done these 2 houses. They were worth less than what we bought them for. So the only thing we could do was rent them out. Because by selling them, we still had credit card bills to pay and things like that. So the rent that we was getting extra was going towards paying the credit cards back. So then we started doing work for other people. And the worst thing is before we gave up our jobs, everyone promises you the work,
Oh, yeah.
Once you've sort of set up on your own, come to me, we give you this work, we give you that. Everyone closed their doors because of the recession. So we was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
So we approached quite a few letting agents, doing things for letting agents. The first thing we started doing for them would be the boards, for sale, sold boards.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we used to do that.
Okay. Got to start somewhere, haven't you?
The benefit of doing that for us at the time was, now, I think we was getting £2.50 a movement. So to put the board up, £2.50, to change it to sold, £2.50, and then take it down, £2.50.
Right.
So you had to do a lot.
Yeah.
To cover just the fuel,
Just the fuel that was, yeah.
Oh, but the benefit that we found of starting by doing that is free advertising. I'm getting paid to drive around, people seeing my vote, because they always say if you see something, is it 3 or 4 times, it stays in your mind. Yeah. So for us, driving backwards and forwards all around Medway, Gillingham, Chatham, all the home sort of towns, people seeing our vans all the time.
And do you feel you benefit? This is a real. I don't know with me because I think I know there's something not quite right with me, Steve.
I've
always had a problem with visual advertising. I've always wondered, does it work?
It doesn't make you win jobs, but the more people notice you, the more likely you are. Oh, I've seen your vans before.
Subliminal
It's more of a
like a subliminal type message, really, isn't it?
I've had a few people come up to and say, yeah, I know you, because they've seen our logo,
Without a doubt.
Seen everything.
Without a doubt. We used to have a logo on the car. I worry about having stuff on the car because then they think you've got cameras in it and then they break in there and nick your cameras. That's the way I think. Even though we don't have that.
That's what insurance is for, though.
Yeah, that's
and if
very
you do
true.
smash it, you get free cameras.
So what you're saying is I should
Shall I
stick all the old ones. Stick all the old
Scrubbed front record. That wasn't my idea. Simon wrote it down.
if we now put this out and then coincidentally have a
so I'm still not going. I'm still in two minds whether to. I've always wanted to wrap one of the cars.
Yeah.
You know, properly wrap it. It wouldn't bother me if I wrap my car.
What it does is it gives an illusion of being bigger than you are.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get that.
with 2008, how long was that? What's that? 16 years.
Yeah.
16 years?
Yeah.
15, 16 years ago. Back then, there was me and Mark in a van. But people would see my van or our vans driving around all day.
Yeah.
They wouldn't take a note of the number plate because that's not what people do. They see the logo. And that's why it was bold, red and black, just stand out on a white van.
We see your van all the time now.
Yeah.
You've got someone that lives near you, haven't you? You've definitely got someone that lives near you.
Subliminal messages. We know the company. We know what the company is called. So then you realise that company we know.
I understand where you're coming from, but it's only because I know Steve now that I notice it.
Yeah, but we noticed it.
Yeah.
We noticed it.
I don't know, 49-year-olds, I'm still struggling with the fact, does it work? But it must work. Yeah. Because every company does it. Do you know what I mean? But I still struggle with it. Struggle with it to this day. And I know we've got work when we had our old Seat had advert alongside of it, and they see the Wedding Award winner logo. I mean, someone drove past our house and booked us because they see the Wedding Award winner logo, and now I've got no car with it on. Don't want that extra work. What's going on here?
Yeah, who needs that?
Yeah, maybe I do need to revisit it. We should have different styles for each car. That'd be wicked.
What you could do is white with black on one and black with white on the other.
Yeah.
So you do it opposite, and then when they're parked next to each other,
they complement each other.
Yeah,
because she's got a silver car. I've got
I've got a white car. You've got
a silver car, but
you wait a full wrap. It doesn't matter what colour.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Exactly. No. Yeah.
Get like fuchsia pink and just mine. No.
Yes.
You can go for the all female weddings.
Everyone does say that. It's nice to have a female photographer.
Without a doubt. Funny enough, I've been on Google today, and I think
we don't. Right.
Yeah.
Tell me. You should whisper to me what you're going to say first. I was on Google today.
I went incognito first, obviously. But I went on Google and done our Google site today, and I think one of the questions were, "Is it are you a female photographer?" And I said yes.
Anything for you, love.
I'll be wherever you want. Simone of the weekend. Tuck under. Simon of the week. Simone of the weekend.
I've had compliments before where it's a bit strange because obviously the bride gets dressed and the amount of times like the bride just goes, "Oh, don't worry about it, you know, you're a woman," and I'm just like, "Okay, I'll just turn around," and then I'm literally there to and I'm literally there to
not gonna
get
lie, that's why I got into weddings. No. But I have a laugh at them, don't I? I say, "Do you want me to turn around? Do you want me to leave?" And they say, "No, just turn around, you're fine." I go, "All right," and then I pretend that I've got the camera pointing at them still, and I'm like,
it's selfie.
It chills them out a bit.
Anyway, sorry, going back to your...
Go back to 2008 with the recession and having the properties. That's all we could do is literally little bits and pieces, bits of work here, bits of work there, and build up a name in various companies just so that, and do things. The only way we could really win the work, everyone's a builder at the end of the day, you know, everyone thinks they're a builder. The only way we could do this was to do things cheap.
Right.
You know, that's the only way we could do it. We had no overheads. All we had was the van that mum and dad lent us the money for. You know, bought the van, we had the insurance, we had the public liability. Everything was in place. So everything was done properly, but very, very low budget. So the only thing we could do is cut the costs, cut the prices. Recession. You didn't have Facebook really that back then, so you couldn't get work from that. It was everything was word of mouth or just by networking. And it wasn't, when I say networking, we never done business networking, like open networking at that time. It was more someone in this letting agent, they leave and they go to that letting agent. So then we start doing work for that letting agent. And that one. And that was how we
It's
done
all
it.
about getting on with people, isn't it? Yeah.
People by people.
Mm.
And that's fundamentally what business is if you're the face of the company and you're liked, then you'll win work.
Absolutely.
This is the whole reason we're doing this podcast, for that reason. Because they, as much as they like to see a company name and know it's a builder and people like that, they want to know the person they're having in the door.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Same with weddings. They want to know who's going to be filming their special day and who they're going to be relaxed around and stuff like that.
We've even had a recommendation and booked a wedding from someone who we gave their kid a camera, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they were playing around the camera and they said we loved that so much that her sister looked on and went, that's amazing, and then booked us from that.
I'm not going to lie.
Even...
That little, sorry to jump in,
No,
that wedding, one wedding where I let a kid control that camera has given me 3 more weddings now.
Yeah.
3 more.
Just from something so simple where we just wanted the kid to, he was saying, well, what are you doing? You know, it was quite interested, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was sort of like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So he went, have a go. You know, it wasn't an expensive camera. If you broke it, it wasn't going to be the end of the world. But after that, 3 more weddings on top of that, just from that tiny bit of kindness.
That kid's father was the brother of the first groom we did. Well, not the first of the family, first groom of the family. So we let him have a go on it. We then did the father. We filmed the father. I knew you would laugh. I knew you'd laugh at my dodgy vocabulary.
Did say nothing.
Vocabulary. So yeah, we then filmed the father and his partner and then this year we've done another wedding.
Is it the cousin?
Cousin, something like that.
Yeah.
Cousin, and that kid was there again. Teenager this time.
Yeah,
so I took a photo of him operating the camera because he was like about 3 foot the first time, and he's like same height as me the second time. Yeah,
Yes.
and then we're doing I think it's his mum. Yes.
Yeah,
that kid's mum, because the parents are separated. We're doing that kid's mum's wedding now, and they all get on. That's a good thing about it. So yeah, from that one act of just letting that kid do that, it meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
And we make a point now going around with an old camera and just stick it in a kid's face, whether they want it or not.
And the camera.
And we tattoo Cher Productions on their forehead.
I should get like temporary tattoos.
Can't understand. We've got no work from that. Just lawsuits. So I don't know.
No, but even, the one that you did, there was a little girl. She did it, didn't she, from speeches, and she kept like going, "Oh yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Again, same sort of thing.
Gave her a camera.
Gave her a camera. There was the little boy that went around. Literally the whole day after the ceremony, you gave him a GoPro, and he kept coming up to you every like 10 minutes, going, "The battery's dead. The battery's dead," and you were like, "Oh my god, you've used so much."
He'd done 70 gigabytes. 70 gigabytes of footage he had done, bless him, but he kept him occupied.
But some of it was really good, and like the parents said, "Can we have a little bit of that in our wedding?" Because he's just going around talking to people, and it's so natural because they know him. They're like, "Yeah, we'll talk to you."
And that's the thing. That little girl that went around that wedding, she got interviews from everyone. Interviews we would have never got. Like comfortable interview, comfortable interview,
laid back, honest.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It does work,
and that's the thing.
Child labour, it's perfect.
It's free as well.
It's free child labour.
Yeah, minimum wage is going up.
Yeah,
we're getting a lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit.
Yeah, without prejudice.
Other children are available.
We'll be sticking t-shirts on them next time, Cher Productions.
We should go around with a little t-shirt and say you can be our helper for the day. Take off the suit that they paid £100 to hire.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, that's true. Yeah. Give them a cap. Give them a cap with Cherwood on.
Yeah, like
we're giving them people tips.
If you have a little miniature director's chair, and the fold-out director's chair, little cat, you put the kid in there, and then they could take some of the photos and things like that.
We got one. If you had come to the studio, we'd have lifted you onto that, and you could have used it.
It would have had the little stem to get out.
Good luck with that.
Have we mentioned we're not in the studio?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yes, that's right, because it keeps him comfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's allergic to studios.
I worked my way up to that. I've got better with my speeches and talking on the camera.
Definitely.
And I suppose talking about the building company as opposed to the kitchens and bathrooms is a lot more easier as well.
We know Steve. I've known Steve for 3 years because we were in the same networking group and reads from a script. He does, and it was fine from day one. It was fine. Don't laugh. Look how scratched this table is. Anyway, sorry. But we all knew you were nervous. And actually, the first time you had to do a presentation, didn't I do the film for you? Make it easier. You just played it. Played the film.
That was at Detlin, wasn't it? When you had your...
No. We actually went in the showroom. We should have actually done this podcast from the showroom. I thought about that earlier. If we'd done a podcast, we'll come and visit you because you've got the kitchen showroom, haven't you?
We've got some new displays.
Which is Angelos Interiors, for everyone who wants to know. We'll give you the information out later.
Yeah.
But then he'd cook a steak. I didn't think he would have cooked a steak, and we could have chatted and got a free meal out of him. Yeah. He eats all that steak every day. He has.
There's a butcher's down the road, and the other week.
Is it in the high street?
It's near the high street. It's on the main. It's opposite Moo-Moo's, or where Moo-Moo's used to be, or the Zone.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that Moo-Moo's now?
No, it's shut now. It's going to be flats. Yeah. So there's this butcher's has got he had 40-day matured steak. He said, how much of it I want? Just all of it. And I took it, and it was the best steak I've ever eaten.
Really?
Oh my God, this was amazing, this steak. So yeah, when you come round, we'll do something from the showroom.
Yeah, we're doing that.
I've got new displays going in. We generally, every sort of year or two, change some of the displays up.
Okay.
So we've got 2 or 3 new displays going in over the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. So
free meal rate, bang, have that. So no, we'll come round. We'll come and see you on another podcast, and we can advertise what you've got going on. We'll get a kid from the street to film it.
Yeah. I can bring some of mine.
Because we're going to be walking around, aren't we, in the showroom to see different bits. So we'll have to bring someone else to film it. Get Tilly to film it.
Yeah, I can bring my herd.
Yeah, bring everyone, because we've got to meet them up. We've got to meet up again with the family, actually.
Yes, that will be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be very different as well.
Be cold.
Be clothed.
As opposed to the orgy we had.
Yeah. Under the stars. Was you there the night when we saw the satellites?
No.
No.
But I have experienced that before. I've experienced a space station in Canada before. I've been in a woods.
Oh, it's weird. That place, it was a couple of nights after or before.
Like the shelf that we're on.
Yeah. We look up in the sky and you've got the satellites, and then they go in a line over the top.
Oh, you're talking about Starlink.
Is that Starlink?
That's the Elon Musk thing.
Elon Musk one,
yes. Oh, we've seen that here.
Really?
Yeah. I think now, as far as I'm aware, because I like it, I've got a time for Elon Musk. You know, I'm sure he's well pleased about having Simon Burridge having time for him.
He was looking
I've got time for him,
approval.
but I do think that is quite a bold statement to make in the sky. Spoiling the sky. It sort of spoils the sky, that line of things. But I believe now they're taking the shine off them, so you can't see the reflection of them.
Oh. I like
because
it's different.
Of course it's different.
Gives you something to talk about.
Of course it's different, but
again,
it must
it's
drive,
something to talk about.
It must drive astronomers nuts.
Well, we sat out here, and bearing in mind...
Are you an astronomer?
The thing is, right, we've just come back from Malta, and it was a place that really relies on astronomy, and also the sun going through that old... What was that? Can you remember the name of that old site we went to? But I love all that. I love it so much, I can't remember the name of it.
I don't. Whereabouts?
It was on Netflix as well. Right? That Nick Hancock, something Hancock, did a thing on Amazon about it, about how old this site is. The ruins.
Tarshian temples?
Yeah.
Or is it the one in... It could be that one.
It's the one near the old capital.
Mdina. Rabat.
That rings a bell.
Yeah,
Rabat rings a bell.
city.
You
got you had the Game of Thrones.
No. We're talking about something thousands of years old.
The catacombs in...
No.
Nah.
We didn't.
I'm starting to wonder if you've been there.
Do you know what? I'm going through all of them.
I'm starting to wonder if you've been there.
It's like Stonehenge. It's like Stonehenge.
It is.
Yeah.
There's
one in Tarshian.
There's two.
Stonehenge doesn't look like a room. These are rooms. These are actually rooms.
Right, there's
the one with the fat ladies.
Oh, do you know, I can't remember what it's called. I know exactly what one you have.
Anyway, obviously people are like, what? They're probably screaming at the...
Yeah. This is what it is. Yeah. He calls himself Maltese.
Yeah. Something Hancock. I can't remember the bloke's name. And I follow him as well. But I have no memory. So I'm really the wrong person to be doing podcasts. Something Hancock. He's the one that talks about... He's a different historian to historians. He talks about the fact that Like historians are really dead set. Historians usually are dead set on time frames and time scales, where he says, actually, no, this isn't correct. Whatever. Let's talk about some kitchens.
That's all right. Yeah.
That's
Anyway, so
services.
yeah, after the
Let's go back to
after the letting agents, we slowly built up. We did various things. So there was we put an ad in the Yellow Pages. That was the biggest waste of time ever, in my opinion.
I've never had luck with any of that stuff.
Right. So, well, the advert that we put in there, I don't know if you can put this in there though, but the lady actually faked my signature. I didn't go ahead with it. They put the advert in and then sent me a bill. Then when they sent the document that I'd signed, I sent them a copy of my passport and the signatures were different. She faked my signature.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Well, of course,
Do you know
you put
what?
it in. You haven't mentioned her name or anything. You just you mentioned someone's committed
the
fraud.
only thing
but
I remember, she had really nice shoes.
I thought he was going to say something else.
Yeah. And do you know where we had the it was really funny. Going back now, Christ, it brings back memories. When we had a chat, we was doing a job in Belvedere. I was doing a garage conversion for someone. And she said she'll meet us on site. Well, obviously it's not our house, we couldn't take it inside. We actually had the consultation in the van.
On the back of the van.
Well, she had nice shoes.
Nice souls.
The Boutons. No, I don't even know what that was. But I remember having a chat with her in the van, talking about it, and then sort of she went, and then the last thing we knew was we had a bill from Yellow Pages. We'd never even had a Yellow Pages, so I had to go and find a Yellow Pages. Then I found our advert in there, and I looked at it, and it was about 10 grand. They were trying to charge me about 10 grand. And they sent over the form and then...
Wonder what commission she would have got from that.
Well...
That's what she's doing, isn't it? Getting commission.
Yeah, easy.
I think of some commission she got if she was in the back of the van.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be much.
Thank you. Tripod. Nice. Let's talk about that. I've gone red now. So yeah, we done that, and we didn't get nothing from it. I think we had the odd maybe one or two phone call, because at the time it was a funny stage transitioning from Yellow Pages to like 118 directory.
Oh right.
Do you
Okay.
remember? It's like everyone started using 118 24/7.
Got your number.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And then you also had at the time things Google and Ask Jeeves. Do you ever Ask Jeeves?
Jeeves.
Yeah.
That was before Google.
Yeah.
And you had Yahoo.
Yeah. MSN and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Ask Jeeves.
So as that sort of, it was in the funny transitional stage between Yellow Pages and going digital. And we had a friend of ours done a website for us, just a basic plain website at the time. Didn't really do much, didn't do anything, just somewhere for someone to have a look at. There wasn't many people who had it or looked at it. Again, Facebook was back in the day where you used to write on someone else's wall.
Oh,
They
it was
would write
that
on your
type.
wall.
Yeah, it was sort of like.
Oh yeah, there was no
text
direct
and-
message, was there?
No.
You couldn't. You had limited photos. It was very strange, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and when you commented, you'd comment on their wall. So it's
And you could poke
You
them.
could have a.
Can't poke anyone these days, can you?
I think you can.
Can you still poke? I've not poked anyone in ages. I've been married 11 years. But no, I don't think you can poke people on Facebook anymore. That's,
Shall I write it down on Google?
let's research that.
Poke
Yeah.
Right in
Facebook.
info at cherrypro.co.uk. Can you still poke people? I don't think you can poke people anymore.
Well, that's fun for the next podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, or no, you can't.
Yeah.
The next series.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
There's
think
no
you're gonna
poke.
with this one. I think you're gonna have about 35 of them.
Yeah, there's no poke.
Season
no
1,
poke
2, and
button.
3.
Yeah.
But so it was a funny transitional stage between social media and things. So for us, it was more. We're not into tech. Never have been. I was trade. Mark was more people person as well, so he used to do a lot of repping and when he sort of like his background and management. So going into doing things for ourselves in a very difficult time was it's not easy. Not easy. So obviously you have these when people say to you, "Oh, come and advertise here." You used to get phone call after phone call saying, I don't even know how they get your number most of the time, but you do things like, "I'll advertise with us. We'll put your name and company name on poster. It goes in all the staff rooms around the UK, so you can get the teachers or the nurses' breakout rooms." And we used to get so many of them, and bits and pieces we did do, but none of it really worked. What worked for us was speaking to people.
Yeah.
Going into companies, finding a common ground, going into a letting agent. When you go into a letting agent, you speak to one person, you do a good job for them, they will say to the person who sits next to them, "I'll try these."
Yeah.
You know, and it only takes one time for another contractor to sort of let them down and say no. And our philosophy was never say no. Doesn't matter if you work till midnight, don't say no. Because the one time you say no, they'll find a better contractor.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't give them the option of finding someone else.
Yeah.
So we would, I remember doing a whole day's work, going home, doing invoicing and stuff like that, then going out at night time, putting boards up because Mark was away.
Right.
So we had a complaint once that I put a board up at midnight. They phoned up the next day.
You're hammering it in.
Yeah. Mark was on holiday and it was midnight. And the next morning, Warden Partners said, basically, phoned me up. Phone Mark up. Gave you a 10 laugh saying, "Why are you doing the boards at midnight?" He's like, "I'm not, I'm away." And he phoned me and said, "Why was you doing it at midnight?" I was like, "I'm behind." I was doing it. Yeah. So took a bunch of £1,000 of jobs. Took about 20 boards to pay for that lot, but I still done it.
Of course.
But I got everything done because the moment you start letting people down, then they start looking for other. If you don't give them a reason to look elsewhere, don't get me wrong, there is things that you do that make mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes.
I'm always of the approach of, if you make a mistake, hold your hands up. Never say, "Oh no, it wasn't me," and try and defend it, because then you're in a losing battle anyway.
No one's purposely made a mistake.
No. So if you hold your hands up and say, "I've messed up, I'm really sorry, this is how I'm going to fix it," most people are like, "Absolutely fine, that's absolutely fine, we'll work with you, or we'll do this, we'll do that." But as long as you admit it.
Look at road rage, right? I know it sounds really, but look at road rage. You cut someone up, you do it by accident, they bib you, get angry, and you're giving it all that to them, you're going, whatever, sod you. And then it gets heated. If you stuck your hand out the window and went, "I ballsed up," right? You watch how quickly that.
Still call you a dickhead.
You watch how quickly that angry person. The weight just lifts off their shoulders.
Well, not for you though, because you're a bit. And you then.
I stick my glass out, I smile at them and go like that to them, showing my glasses. Hey, what them?
I'm going to speak savers. I'm like, but people might not know where you're coming from. They just look at you and see you crying.
They know what that means, don't they?
Glasses.
They know what this means.
Oh, that is wanking with glasses.
Yeah. Need to these days.
Austin Powers, zoom in.
You're not giving me much. So. Dress up every now and then. Something. Anyway, no.
They're kind yellow. Dungaree.
Break down what you just said in your head.
Oh dear. All right.
Other brands of custard all over.
Rude is this getting? Angelos Interiors now. How long have you had that?
So Angelos Interiors. Right. So this is the funny thing is, whenever we set up a company, and we've set up a few over the years, something happens to the economy. So 2008, we obviously had the big market crash, big recession. Then we set in 2019, November 19, we opened Angelos. Oh, everyone knows what happened the following March. No one was allowed out. So we've just opened a
showroom
that's visual that no one can visit.
Because you're only 6 months into that as well. So
yeah. Oh no, 5. Not even 5. Not even 5 months into it. Now, bearing in mind, we've ploughed a lot of money into the refurbishment of the kitchens, and everything that went into it. The open day, we spent tens of thousands because of radio adverts, KMFM. We done leaflet drops. We done Facebook paid ads. We done Instagram. Literally whatever we could do. The website, everything that we could do for this open day. And the open day was really funny because they had the Rugby World Cup, and we had torrential storm, and a lot of our stuff was outside in the car park cooking. We had a hog roast machine. We had marquee that then nearly ended up in the God knows where, France. It was just anything that could have gone wrong did, but the day was amazing. You know, we filled the showroom all day. It was busy. Then we had a professional chef come in, and he ran out of food by lunch. It's like normally we get half a dozen people coming in, showroom opens. You filled it all day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you get any business from it?
We did. Yeah, we gave away a kitchen that day. We gave away a $5,000 kitchen. We gave
away a $5,000 kitchen.
Yeah, that's all of that was all on it. So you can imagine how much. And then we go into COVID.
Yeah.
So we're shut again.
No. So obviously your job is going into people's houses, so you couldn't do any of that at all.
Nothing. Couldn't do surveys. Couldn't open the showroom. Couldn't. The designer couldn't come in because his partner was vulnerable. So just nothing. It was. You still had to pay rent. Still had to pay everything else associated with it. Still had to pay the suppliers for everything that we'd done and the contractors and things like that. So that was very, very difficult. And then last year we opened up another company with a proper property development company. And we had another recession, didn't we, last year? Officially, we had a recession last year. The 3 companies I've opened, and all 3 times there's been an economic crisis. So I'm not doing any more.
Yeah, I remember you told me you bought out a company as well once, didn't you? You bought out a company, and that was through hard times as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't the war start just as you bought it? The Russian one.
No, that one. That one was the properties.
Oh right, okay.
Right.
So we had that as well.
Just stop doing companies. You're messing the world up.
We had the Suez Canal as well. You know, we couldn't get any products over.
That's right. The boat got stuck, didn't it?
The boat got stuck. We couldn't get a load of our stuff.
If you look at that boat, it's got Degiorgio written on it.
He's standing on top of it.
On it, a load of millions on it.
That's it. We pushed it to safety, you know. Yeah, if it wasn't for us, it'd still be there. I got my crew there. So yeah, I'm not opening anymore at the moment. But yeah, we bought into another company, and a lot of the figures, the facts and figures was hidden.
Oh, right.
And it wasn't until we'd taken over the company that we'd realised how bad the company was in.
Right.
To the point where the director, basically the agreement was we would cash flow the company. But then as soon as we took over, then this bill would turn up and this bill would turn up.
Oh, I see.
We're talking sort of literally tens of thousands of pounds.
Oh, God.
And it was...
So they're basically letting it all fall on
So
you
basically
guys.
we was having to pay his debts.
Yeah.
And then we started going.
Did you ever
through
get hold of him
case.
and tell him? Or?
It wasn't worth. It wasn't worth it because at the end of the day, all he would do is liquidate, go bankrupt.
Yeah, of course.
And then it would take us with him because we're there.
I know. I remember I was speaking to you on the phone. And it was touch and go for you, wasn't it? It was highly
massively.
stressful.
That company took us for probably best part of $750,000.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, about £750,000, and that was because of.
And that's without getting him, to pay up for everything. And like Simon said,
we went through the old because his accountant at the time held all of the paperwork. And it wasn't until we took over the company, we went and picked up all the paperwork that they'd done a load of it, manual accounting.
Wow.
So we went through all of the receipts and invoices, and there'd be holidays on there and this, that. And there's
Well, they're booking against it.
Yeah. And they were claiming the VAT on it as well. And then they'd done things like cash accounting. Not cash accounting. Basically, with the VAT, if you do it so that you defer the VAT, so you don't pay it straight away on an invoice. So if someone doesn't pay you, you're not paying it. You pay the VAT on invoices that have been paid.
Yeah.
If you've got an invoice there, and if someone hasn't paid you within 6 months, you have to pay the VAT.
Right.
It's the way that it.
Do you guys do your own accounting?
No, we do. We do the books, and then we have an accountant who does it.
On your own accountant? Oh, you have a set. Sorry, do you have someone No, it's not you. It's Rachel dropping pens.
Yeah, so we do.
And face that way a little bit and then turn, because they're seeing the back of your head, which is the best side of you, I must admit. It's been a while since I've seen the back of her head. Right, what was I going to say?
Yeah.
So you've got, there's an accountancy firm you hire, because you've got quite a few employees, haven't you? I just didn't know if you had one that was an accountant and did your accounts.
So my wonderful other half, significant other half,
Okay.
she does the company accounts.
Oh,
for
right,
us.
okay.
So she
Right.
prepares all the accounts,
Yeah.
she does all the invoices, puts all the invoices on the software, this that, and the other.
Yeah. And you've been with her for 20 odd years, haven't you?
21
And you still haven't
blissful years.
Still haven't bothered proposing to her.
No, I proposed, we're engaged.
You're engaged,
Yeah,
right?
17 years.
17.
Haven't you got to say something right now? This is your moment.
This is your moment. You can get on your knees and say, let's do it.
No.
Oh, no?
He's got to say something. He's been told to say something.
Oh, yes.
I've been
You've got
told to
to
say
tell
that. That might need to get scrubbed.
What's the brief? What's the brief she's given you?
Wait, I'm going to read it out.
Read the brief.
So I have been told to say to you, long shot pause, make sure you manage to slip in the podcast how amazing your wifey is and how supportive she is.
Oh, there
Yes.
you go.
It
She
goes
cracks
without
us
saying.
up.
Yeah.
We're being a pub or a bar, haven't we, in Malta, and then he's forgotten something and she's having a fag over the other end, and then she shouts out all the information, doesn't she? She remembers everything.
He's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
This. And he's like, oh,
And then shout over, you've spoken to the Maltese president? Yeah, I've had dinner with him. I was like,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
She had dinner with the
She went to-
Maltese president.
It was the Prime Minister and his wife. And yeah, she had she went to a charity event of theirs, and
Didn't they all get drunk together?
Yeah, absolutely smashed. Absolutely. I was in England. She went over with my oldest daughter, her friend, and my brother was there at the time, and my cousins and all that. And they just went to a charity event, and he was there. But a lot of my family know the Prime Minister and all the high up MPs and in Malta. They know one of the ex-president, because they got a president and a prime minister.
Oh.
So the president, she used to stay around one of my cousin's houses. So
Is it the cousin with the toaster?
No,
What's her name? Sorry.
Miriam.
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 I remember when you introduced us to Miriam, and she drives around in a toaster. What make is it? I've forgotten what make it.
Is it Daihatsu or something?
Yeah, one of those really round vans, which
Yeah,
does
yeah.
look like a toaster.
Yeah, it is.
And you said everyone knows her,
Yeah.
right? And we was on that island for what, a week?
Yeah.
We was on it for a week, and we bumped into her nearly every day. Every day.
I told you, yes. She knows it all, sees all,
And
hears all.
It's just where you
She
walk
won the
down
window
the road and
down.
go,
Hello, Tilly. Oh, there she is again. Hi, Miriam. All right.
She's wherever we went, she was there.
She's there all the time. Yeah. She's like Peppa Pig. What's the rabbit?
Oh, Miss
Mrs.
Rabbit.
Miss Rabbit. Like one that's got every job everywhere you go, you know. Yeah, she flies helicopters, drives a toaster.
Or the butler from Mr. Deeds. Oh, do you
What's that? No, what is
Never
Mr.
said-
Deeds?
It's Adam Sandler film. You never seen it?
Never seen that.
No.
You know, we watched Adam Sandler films, Sandler films, but I've never seen Mr. Deeds before.
Very sneaky.
No,
He's the butler. He just pops up out of nowhere. Like, very sneaky.
I have to have a look at that now. Write down Mr. Deeds.
That's a brilliant film. It's really funny.
Okay, I have to look at that. I don't think I've ever heard of that film.
No.
The last one I watched of him, it was with Rachel from Friends in a
Oh, yeah,
film.
he did that Netflix thing, didn't he?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But where was I?
Yeah, where were we?
Angelos.
We got you to talk about your wife. She done
about
she's
the
the
other
accountant.
that.
company. Yeah.
You've done the toaster. No, not the toaster.
Yeah, done a toaster, yeah. Pop
Not the
tarts.
toaster.
So, your new business now, how old is that then?
So the new company we set up, here we in. You know, with COVID, I don't even know where I am.
23 we are.
I think I set that up year before last, but we started, I don't know dates. That's really thrown me, that has. August, it wasn't August last year. Must have been August last year. No, it wasn't. Well, anyway, I can't remember when I did that one.
Oh, this makes for a good podcast, dude.
It does, doesn't it? Oh my God.
I don't think it was that long ago you did it. Well, you actually started using it only like a year ago at the most.
Yeah, it was. We bought a property in Chatham. I'm trying to think. So it'll be a year in January. So it would have been August last year.
Okay.
So early part of last year,
Mm.
so early part of 22, we set up another company, and this was purely to do property development.
Mm.
So keep it away from the building side. And we bought a property in Chatham, very, very rundown one, and we converted it. So it was it was a normal 3-bedroom house. We converted it to HMO, house of multiple occupancy. But we do things slightly different. We do more high end. So we're not like, you see these road landlords and they're trying to get
trying to get as many as possible.
We've done it. We've turned this into a 6-bedroom, 7-bathroom.
I think I've been in it, haven't I? Oh no, I think that was someone else you did one for.
Yeah, I think that was a different one. But yeah, so we turned this one into 6-bed, 7-bathroom, lovely kitchen in there. House in Chatham. But by doing that, so we bought the house around about 156 grand. Now this is in the bottom end of Chatham. It's not the greatest area. After the refurbishment, it's been valued at roughly 450,000.
Excellent.
Wow.
So don't get me wrong, we spent a lot of money on it. 6 bathrooms, fire alarm systems.
Yeah.
It's
The fact that you said, did you say it's a 6 room?
6 bedrooms, yeah.
And they've all got a bathroom each, is amazing.
Yes, yeah. And they're all good sized rooms.
Yeah.
But not
Because
one
they
of them.
usually at least 3 rooms share one bathroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least. Some
Yeah.
of these places just got the one, haven't they?
Yeah, they generally, it's more than 4. They don't like you having more than 4 rooms to 1 bathroom. That's sort of like the maximum.
Yeah.
For the license, because we license the property.
Does it have to have a communal area? Because a lot of people don't know what these HMOs are really.
Yeah. So HMO with house of multiple occupancy, there's different types. So you could tailor them towards students or semi-professionals or lower end market. There's obviously some people just to have them cheap.
And I know you're saying it's low end of Chatham, but there's university there, isn't there? So it's ideal for that sort of thing.
Yeah. This one we've got nurses. They're all nurses in there.
Okay.
And they're all of them work in the Medway Hospital. They keep it nice and clean. They all know each other. It's actually almost like it's a very nice community.
Yeah.
But what we found is by investing in the property to start with, number one, you've got longevity. So your maintenance in the property is very, very low. Because we've fully insulated the house to within an inch of its life.
Yeah. Costs are low.
Costs are low. So the heating bill is low. Energy consumption is low of the property. sort of like a win-win.
Can I ask, do you pay that bill and then they pay you the
No.
maintenance? So they're paying for the bill as well. So is there
So
separate meters in each room?
No, we pay the gas, the electric, water,
And it's
everything.
in their payment.
It's in the
Right, okay.
in their payment. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's
So
fine.
it tends to be slightly more the rent that you would get from each individual room, but
It covers everything.
it covers everything. It covers everything that you could have, but they all have a shower, toilet, sink in every single room. But every single room is big enough to have a double bed, bedside cabinet, wardrobe, chest of drawers, and still have space.
Is there a communal room, like a living room for them all? Do you have to have them or not?
No, up to 6 people. When you've got up to 6 rooms, you have to have an adequate sized kitchen, which we've converted the basement into that. So we dug it out, concreted it, like made it all very nice. And we've put the kitchen down there, and it's about 25 square meters. So it's a nice sized room. There's enough for table and chairs. They've got a big kitchen, L-shaped kitchen. It's very, very nice.
And they all share that kitchen.
They all share that kitchen.
Have you put like a couple cookers in like that?
So we've got an oven, a microwave oven, dishwasher, washing machine, tumble dryer, a sink and tap as normal, and then there's enough storage for every person to have their own cupboard. And then a couple of the rooms, they got what we call tea stations. You have a unit, a fridge, and then a worktop. They can't cook in their rooms because fire regulations and things like that.
Okay.
They're not allowed to cook in their room, but they've got things, tea, coffee,
It's a bit like the room we had in Malta, isn't it? You opened up a wardrobe and it had a kitchen inside it.
Yeah. We've got them just like a base unit and a bit of counter.
Yeah.
But that's to show how big the rooms are.
They're
not small. They all have, I think all of them have got double beds apart from one which has got a 1.5 bed. I don't know what they call it. But that's just more to do with the shape of the room than the square meter. So everything is done to a high standard, which means you get a better quality tenant.
And they look after it as well. If you do the bare minimum that's required, then they're not going to respect it and just destroy it.
Yeah, that's it. So
they're happy to be there, aren't they? Basically. So do you deal with them direct? Do you go through an agency or?
That one we're direct with a company. So we rent it to a company, all the rooms.
Okay.
And then they fit it with it. It's their staff that are doing it. That his staff that is working in there that work with Medway Council in the hospital. And they also do things like when they, like what Granny does. What's it called?
Like care at home.
Oh, care at home.
Like district nurse.
We'll have Grant Lean at some point, So he does right at home Medway, which is caring for people while they're still at home.
So it's like district nurses. So they go out and see and help.
That's it. So that's what these people in the house do. They say they do nursing. Some of them do the nursing. Some of them do this. So, but it's all done through one company. So for us, minimal hassle.
So with them, that's going to be like a long-term tenant, really, so they can sort of go as long as they want, as long as they
I think it's a 3.
Sorry, it's right in your neck there. I just wondered if you're ruining the whole podcast as usual. There you go. So you're looking to do more of those?
So what we did with that one is we refinanced it at the end of the project, and then we pulled some of the money out, and then we used some of that money to pay for the build, and then a large chunk of it to buy another property. We won a property in December 22. We won a property December 22, and this was all in the sort of, the way it worked was we was really lucky, because when the refinancing come through, this auction started, and there was a property we liked.
Right, okay.
And we was really lucky because we won it. We didn't expect to win it.
Yeah.
But we did.
Did you have yourself, like, obviously you had some sort of limit, did you? And did you not get to it?
We was £1,000 under our limit.
That is fluky.
Yeah. Well, it was 410,000 our limit, and we got it for 409. through auction,
Right.
online auction, which is never been to an auction before.
No, I was going to ask that.
And we done it on a computer, and I remember it was I think it was a Thursday or Friday evening because it finished quite late, and me and Mark was like, then you sort of you bid again, but then it restarts the counter for 2 minutes.
That's like eBay.
No, it's not like eBay.
Oh, because the counter carries on going.
Because with eBay, if you bid the last second and then it goes, that's it.
Yes.
Whereas with this,
I've experienced that sort of auction.
Every new bid,
I've experienced
2
that.
minutes.
I've only experienced it in a Football Manager game that I've got. If I buy a player on that, the counter starts another minute. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Oh, do you know,
so you're putting your stupid game into real life perspective.
I have you know, millions I pay for them players.
Yeah. Minions he pays for them.
Yeah. All right, it's fantasy millions, as opposed to 400,000.
Yeah.
But, he's going to get non-league for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Gillingham's, Gills players. So we won this bid, and it was really lucky because we just refinanced and we just got the money.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh shit. But the best thing about it is we didn't 100% know what we was going to do with the property once we'd done it.
Right.
It's ginormous.
Right.
We had no planning permission. We had nothing. It was just, we bought a house.
Mm.
And then we thought,
same sort of area.
This one was Gillingham,
right
next to the train station.
Right,
Street,
okay.
So.
So near the one you did?
Right, so the other one was Chatham.
No, the one you did for another guy, didn't you?
Yes, yeah.
Same
round
road.
the corner.
Round the corner, I know the area, yeah.
So we won this, and then we thought, right, what are we going to do with this? So we decided, we'll try and get some flats out of it. So we had plans drawn up for the property, and we went to pre-planning consultation. Then we found out it was a conservation area.
Oh, right.
So we done some research, and then we found out that the properties either side, or one side of us and a few others, have actually done it.
Right.
But we wanted to put 6 flats in, but because of the conservation area, they wouldn't allow us to change the roof structure.
Mm.
So we had to do it as 5 bed.
Okay.
So we lost a flat. Sorry, 5 flats.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we got it as 5 flats as opposed to 6 flats, and done a pre-plan. So what we did, we got the planning officer and conservation officer out at the same time, and we just went through the plans and everything, and we came up with an agreement of how we're going to do it. Now, you're not guaranteed to get the planning permission, because it has to go to consultation, all the bits and pieces they do. I can't remember how many weeks. 12 weeks later, we got full planning. There was some conditions on there, but nothing that we hadn't discussed that we didn't know about. We got full planning. So now we've taken a property from 400,000 with, I don't know how much the refurbishment would be, about another 400,000. The end value is about 1.2 million. So
400,000.
400 grand. Potentially. Obviously we started the refurbishment 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago. And we've got to complete within an 8-month period because of the bridging finance that's involved and things like that. But how much of a risk is that? 400 grand that we couldn't do nothing. Was duty bound. As soon as we won, we had to pay deposit. We had to pay a 10% deposit. 40 grand.
40 grand, yeah.
40,900 or whatever it was, straight away. If you don't pay that within 24 hours, you default.
Yeah.
So do you get fined if you don't pay it? Would you get fined?
10%. 10% of the fee, and they will go for you.
So 4 grand or 40 grand?
40 grand.
So you get fines the deposit if you don't fulfill the auction.
If you don't complete within the 30-day period, you also lose your deposit, and then it can go straight to auction again.
Oh, God.
Do you know how long it took us to complete?
6
weeks. Yeah. We managed to get an extension because of Christmas.
Oh, my goodness.
I think you're
No,
like,
good.
thank God for that.
Everything was oh yeah. It's like a roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster.
Mm.
You know, we've just sort of got money behind us from refinancing one property to buy
now it's
another one,
going.
and we almost lost all of it
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
because £40,000 down the drain.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But your mindset with your brother, you know, you were knocking him for sale signs and that 20 years ago or whatever it was. And now you've got to this. If it failed, you know you'll be able to build up again, don't you? That's the thing. Surely you've got that. I know it's soul destroying, but you've both got the mindset of coming from nothing, doing from nothing to where you are now.
I don't think failure is an option
No.
because once you've got, we obviously own other properties as well. Once you get to a certain stage, if you fall hard.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about £2.50 for a building. We're
Yeah.
talking about that. The deposit alone for Railway Street was over 100 grand.
Yeah.
We're talking big numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we don't complete the build work within an 8-month period, we default on the bridging finance, which then can roll up the
Monthly
interest.
interest. Yeah. Yeah.
At the moment, we're paying 1% a month.
Right. Okay.
And once you get to 700 grand, we're paying £7,000 a month interest. A month.
Yeah.
So we've got very, very, very small window to complete 5 flats to a high standard to a point where we can refinance.
Yeah.
You're doing all this while running 2 other businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, really.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I bet.
But then not only that, then you know what happened in May this year. Someone that Mark knows, I don't know how he knows him, approached us about selling another property, and it was exactly what we wanted. Too good a deal to miss.
Oh my God.
I can see you getting stressed just thinking about it.
He said, make an offer. So we made an offer of 306,000. And he said,
You're all right giving these figures out. You don't.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough.
The thing is, they're figures that will be able to be seen. And the funny thing about the figures is the guy is soul destroyed now. I'll tell you why.
And you're happy with him?
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. He knows it. And do you know what? And we was very. I say we was very open. I will tell you if there's things that you can't put in. So we.
Just so you know, I want minimal editing as possible. so if there's something you don't want to say, don't say it. Right? That's why there's one camera rolling, no other camera angles. It's all pointing on you. I'm happy to zoom in a little bit, Steve.
No, you're
That's
fine.
about it.
You're fine. So we put an offer in at 300 grand for this property. It was very well undervalued. We know that. It was very run down. It was a HMO. It was run as a HMO, as a 6-bed, and it literally needed everything.
So if it's listed as that, can you change that then? If you wanted to, or does it have to stay as a HMO?
No, you can change
can
it.
do it whatever
Give
you
him
want.
notice.
It all depends on the
Turn it into his own
mortgage.
house if he wanted.
Yeah, it all depends on the mortgage you have. If you have a mortgage, a HMO specific, you can't.
Yeah.
But you can
Because
remortgage, can't you, and change it?
You could, yes, yeah. You'd be silly to, because the value of a
yeah.
HMO compared to a bricks and mortar is they're worlds apart.
Mm.
Offered 300 grand. And he said, it's a bit under what we want. I want to be at the 310 mark. So we said, we'll give you 306 and we'll pay you legal fees. He took it. So we was really so we don't,
High fives all around.
but then we realised we've got £80,000 deposit to pay. Just put that on there. Just put on that. Right, where can we get the money from?
Oh my God.
Where can we get the money from?
What a way to live, isn't it? It's risk, so risk.
It's stressing
The
me
risk
out.
on it. Yeah, I just love my simple life. Go on, carry on.
But we managed to pull together the 80 grand, as you do, and then we realised there's stamp duty on that.
Yeah.
So it was 90 grand, and then you got solicitors' fees, and now we're 100 grand.
God.
And the worst part about it, we bought it on bridging finance again.
Right. So you got 8 months again.
No, that part is fine. It's not fine. We've got less time on this one.
Oh my
But
God.
it's not. That's not the problem. It's getting 100 grand together, and we had to complete in 30 days.
Mm.
The deal that he had is we had to complete in 30 days. We bloody did it.
Mm.
We got the money together somehow. Don't even ask. But we did. We got the
Maltese
money together.
Mafia.
Yeah. Just don't dig up the M25.
She got drunk with the Prime Minister again.
It's around about the same time, funny enough. So we got the money together and we completed on the property within the set period. Then we thought, right, we're going to do a light refurbishment on this property. So we started doing this and we started doing that. And we realised that
Light is never light. Yeah.
this is not right.
Yeah,
This is not
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And the way the refurbishment had been done before we took the house on wasn't to what we would consider as our standards.
Mm.
But it was shocking.
Mm.
So we started doing this, and then we pulled this wall down, and then we pulled that. Then we realised in the basement was massive. It was double basement.
All right.
Wow.
So
Were you going for the same plan? Kitchen in the basement?
no,
Another
put
room?
another 2 rooms in
Yeah,
the basement.
yeah.
2 rooms.
Wow.
So now we've applied for planning permission to turn it into an 8-bedroom HMO, but that's planning permission. Once you go over 6 bedrooms, it's 8 bedroom. It's planning permission.
Yeah.
It's called Suze Gemra or Gemra. It's a funny name.
Okay.
Basically, it means that it's unique.
Right.
It's
okay.
a unique. It's not like an
The
extension.
standard,
or
yeah.
this. So now we've gone for that. Well, now we've realised that once, fingers crossed, the planning permission comes through. Can't see any reason why it won't. We've got the right amount of communal space. We've got the right amount. The room sizes are ginormous. They're all en suites with an extra bathroom.
Amazing.
This house is ginormous.
Mm.
The value of this house will go from what we bought it for, the 306,000, to close to 750 grand,
Mm.
because it's now licensed with planning permission.
Yeah.
It's a commercial property.
Commercial, so you know the value of it. Yeah.
The value
Yeah.
is done on the rental.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you was to rent this house out as a standard 3-bedroom house, which it would have been originally, you'd get at current market value £1,400 a month.
Yeah.
As an 8-bedroom HMO, you're getting about 6.5 grand
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
Oh my
Now,
God.
don't get me wrong, you've got bills to pay on
Yeah.
that. Obviously, mortgage, what have you.
But all the overheads are still better than a 3-bedroom
Than a
house.
3-bedroom house, yeah.
It's worth 750 grand.
Wow.
Bought it for 3.
Mm.
And this is
Yeah,
why
please.
this guy, and this is why this guy
Yeah.
is.
But that takes effort, Steve. That's the thing.
And do you
takes
know what?
effort.
That
It's
seems to
seeing,
be the thing that you're good at as well.
It's the
You're
effort.
seeing the potential
Yeah.
in a property.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the work behind it. That guy can be gutted, but he may not have had the ability or the people around him to put that sort of effort in to do that.
No, when he come round and he had a look, it's like, I didn't realise I could do that with the basement.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't realise I could do that with the kitchen. I didn't realise I could do. And you know what? It's when you walk around this house. I'll have to show you this one. It's absolutely ginormous. But from the front, it looks like a 2 up, 2 down.
Wow.
I kid you
Isn't
not.
that
It looks like
weird?
yeah.
That's good, isn't it? Though it's handy, really, looking like that, like a TARDIS. Really.
Yeah. But again, inside, kitchen's going to be a high standard. All the bathrooms are a high standard.
Do you know a decent kitchen place?
Well, maybe.
Showroom. Ex-showroom kitchen.
Ex-showroom. Yeah, not one that's open at the moment, but it will be in the morning. No, it won't actually. It's Saturday tomorrow. No. So yeah, we was very lucky, but we've taken in the space of a year and a half a property portfolio from 0 to nearly £3 million.
In a year and a half.
It's
Amazing.
amazing.
You know, it's
Mm.
don't get me wrong.
you've put in a
Risks,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
work for that. You've put in
Yeah.
a lot of work, and you've had sleepless nights almost, haven't you? Thinking, how are we going to get this money together? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And
Yeah.
It's trying.
Good job your children don't know about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they've walked into the room.
It's
ruining the podcast.
That's what happens when you don't have it in the studio.
I drove past your studio as well to come here
Did you?
because there was so much traffic through Strood and Rochester. I cut off that way.
We had a random person ring us yesterday. He said, "We love your door, the way it's all shining up and all that, but we can't read the number." So she gave us advice to
Because she was in marketing.
We're marketing.
She was in
So it's brilliant.
Yeah.
The photos on it are amazing. But I waited for the traffic light 3 times before I could work out what the number was to ring you. Fair enough, I'll change it.
Yeah.
You need people like that, don't you?
Yes.
Give you advice like that.
Any advice, and we always say any feedback is good feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. As the
Any
kids.
feedback is this feedback.
Yeah. As the kids. Do you want another coffee?
I didn't finish this one.
Oh, right. Blimey. You're so rich you can afford just leave coffees. Yeah. Have you got any advice for someone that's starting up? Like what would you do different?
What would I do different?
They're all giggling. They've gone now. That's good. Thank you.
Shut the door. Please.
No, what old dad you are.
Yeah.
Shut the door.
If I was to do it all again, what would I do differently?
Get rid of Mark. Oh.
Do you know what? As much as we probably moan about each other, we bounce off each other really well.
Mm.
You know, if he's struggling or if I'm struggling, because mentally, it's a killer.
Yeah.
It is a killer. We're talking millions of pounds of debt.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
You know,
and it just takes one little thing to go wrong for it to snowball
time,
out of control.
Losing the time.
Damage limitation.
Yeah.
You always have to try and have a plan B, have an exit strategy. But
it's amazing for 2 brothers to last that long together, I think, because you know what it's like. We were having this discussion on our last podcast. You're so honest with your siblings and your loved ones. You know what I mean?
When
to the point where there's no filter, is there? If you think they've been stupid, you will immediately tell them. But if it was someone else, like two sort of colleagues, it's not like that. You've got to play the game. With your own, you can just let rip any moment.
I don't think. I think a lot of it is being open with each other all the time.
Yeah.
Because as soon as that line of communication shuts down, then you might as well give up.
Yeah.
Because if one's holding in something and the other one then thinks he's holding, and you're not communicating, then you're screwed. Because one will get bitter, and that's it. You lost it, and then one is going to fight against the other rather than work. When you work together, the balance is.
And you don't have to answer this, but I take it you two are literally 50-50 straight down the middle, are you?
Yeah, on everything we do.
Yeah.
It's all 3 companies is all half each. We've always done it this way because there's no arguments.
Yeah. One-upman.
You know, if you earn £10,000 and you're sort of 60-40 and I'm getting less or he's seeing he's getting less, it can't work.
No, it can't. No.
If we haven't got the money to do it together, we don't do it.
Is Mark married with children? I don't know. I've met Mark loads of times, chatted to him loads of times.
I think he's recently got married within the last few years.
Really?
He's married with he's got one daughter, lives with him, Valentina, and he's got a son with a previous marriage. So, but it's asking, like saying about what would I do different? I don't know if there's anything I would. Maybe start earlier.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe make the leap.
Because what did you say, 2005, 2006 you started?
2008.
That's really good progress.
Yeah.
You know, it's how long we've known each other, really. And he's gone from that to where he is now. Still the same height.
I've been since 1991. Oh well, 7. I think I stopped growing when I was about 7. In height.
Oh, yeah.
I was more referring to my slender waistline.
About 7 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, to you it is,
Yeah.
Proportionally, yeah. Mentioned tripod earlier, didn't you?
That's
not falling, is it? It's
No.
doing well, it's holding out.
Yeah, we've only
And we've
been
had
there 4 minutes.
We've had quite a long one, haven't we? How long have we been going for?
I think we started about 8:30.
Oh, we're doing all right, aren't we? I can't see what the time is, but I'm sure it's half quarter.
Can you tell the time?
That's good. Anything else you want to talk about, Steve? Are you happy? Anything you want to say? Any information you want to give out, like your email?
Don't do drugs. Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up like you.
Yeah. Or you.
Where'd you get your tattoos done?
Malta.
Do you get? Oh, they're all Maltese. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because that's when we're talking
yeah.
about the old capital as well, aren't we?
That's on my back, that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right. No, don't get them out. We've seen enough.
seen
of them.
Yeah. We was on the beach.
But that was funny. I always tell people that you kept apologising when we was on that beach. Sorry, it's so windy. And we're like, we're by the sea, Steve.
It's fine.
Of course it's windy. No, it's not like this, honestly. It's not like this. We're like, it's fine. It's by the sea. It's windy. It's always windy. Honestly, it's not like this. And then we went for a meal with you the next night, and it's like outdoors was like being indoors. There's just nothing.
It's like being,
And
one of these fake places in Vegas where they've got the roof on, but they've got all the, all the paintings and everything, and it was like
And the
that.
water was just like a sheet of glass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just like that for the rest of the holiday. It was like that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I was like, really, the one.
Right, yeah.
Really, one night.
You did invite us back actually to that place. I think, but
Oh,
we
we
were
wanted-
everywhere. We
so
planned so much, and
Yeah.
we've made the most of it.
But that's the sort of stuff we like doing when we're on holiday, is the barbecues and go to the beach and
Yeah.
we do it. And next year, because obviously it's my 40th.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that.
No, not much.
10 years younger and all that. We're going to hire a big boat. So if you are there, we're going to hire a big boat. And
Oh, yeah?
just,
Nice. Just
Yours
have
is
like
in
a
August.
party.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
I don't think we've got anything booked out yet, have we?
No.
We need to do that.
It's,
We've got, because we're
in
terrible.
Malta, I've got Black Friday deals on their flights for next year.
Have they?
At the moment, yeah. I haven't looked. I don't know when we're going from.
You driving back down there again?
Nah, fly. Like I drove there, flew back,
It's a castle there.
and then,
Do you not want to mention it?
no, it's not.
The car is not there.
Yeah.
Because you did drive back, didn't you?
No, I flew back.
Oh, right. So the car's still there. Oh, yeah. That was, what was it, 28 hours, did you say?
Without prejudice.
It was 28 hours?
30 hours.
Non-stop?
Non-stop.
Oh, my Christ.
So,
Oh.
and
He
that,
moans when he has to go 4 hours to Devon. He's like, no, we're back home.
yeah, but to be fair, Devon, that's not a very pretty drive.
I've been stuck on an aeroplane for 14 hours and never even got up for the toilet once.
Yeah, I did that. Mexico.
Yeah, America, it was for me. It was delayed. I was 4 hours on the runway. I never went a wee the whole time. I sat on my ass for 14 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drove. So the way we did it is me and a friend started off, over to Calais, drove I'd done the whole of France. Just before we got to Switzerland, we swapped. I had a few hours kit while he was driving through Switzerland, as you do, because it was night time. Then just before we come out of Switzerland, we swapped over. And then I drove the whole of Italy, boat over to Sicily.
What is
All
that?
of Sicily.
Steve's looking up because there's a map behind him and he's working it out from that. Behind the camera, that's what he's doing. We've actually put more, because we put shiny bits on the
Yeah, I
map.
can see.
Yeah,
And that map's usually this side, but we've
Yeah.
obviously done it for the podcast thing, which isn't falling off the wall, which is annoying. So that's good. I must have pushed it hard this time. Story of my life.
Not mine though.
That's payback. That's a good one.
If I'm
You've
honest,
been waiting all night for it to
if I'm honest, I get all my dirty gags from her.
Yeah.
She loads the gun and I fire it usually.
I'm the one sitting on his shoulder going,
Whispering, yeah, she's the devil on one shoulder, yeah.
and then you can get away with it because you're like, yeah, I'll just say it. There's no
No, it's because I'm an idiot, Lace.
What are you doing, Simon?
Yeah, did you ever go at me after? Just work this out, actually. Yeah, I'm like your version of Tourette's. I'm your Tourette's mouth. So you say it to me what you want to be
You're
said.
my puppet.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I suppose that's a better way of saying it, really, isn't it? Tourette's mouth.
I tell you one other thing I sort of should mention is that all of this hard work as well, you have to have support, and that is obviously partners, the kids, also your staff. It's massively, massively important. You don't realise without your staff, you haven't really got much. You know,
got a background.
you can always bring on new staff, but the pieces have to fit together. You know, it's like buying two different types of Lego. You know, two different brands.
That's the problem, innit? You've got to find the right staff.
Yes, yeah.
And you've got to go for a few first before you find the right ones.
Yes, yeah. So I suppose there is no key to success. The way I explain business to people, if people say to me, how would you sort of sum it up? It's a child. Your business is a child. You have to look after it. You have to feed it. You have to
change it if necessary.
Yeah, occasionally
dress it up.
You have to look after. As soon as you neglect that baby, that business,
it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the probably the best way to summarise a business is it's another child that you have to have. So it's
hard because it is, especially having a family as well. It is hard to juggle family life, work life. I mean, the amount of times we've come back here, and that's why in the calendar, especially in August for us, we have to consciously say we need a family holiday. We have to book time out. Otherwise, I mean, we did it 1 year, and I think we got 2 days here, 2 days there, and I said it's not good enough. You know, we need time as a family because yes, the kids go to my parents, or you know, we get babysitters in when we do weddings. But that affects them as well because they still need a relationship with us as well.
It's
and they still need their time. Right?
It's a 2 year in advance thing for weddings as well. You know, 2025's booked up. So you have to block out a space in 2025 to get a holiday, which we forget always.
All the time,
it's really difficult because we're the same now. We're lucky because me and my brother, me and Mark, we could take different times off. This year, August this year was the first time other than his wedding, which was a long weekend, the first time in 16 years that we both had the time off at the same time.
Oh, right, okay.
It's the first time in 16 years, and that was a week.
Did he go to Malta much?
He went this year, but he doesn't go as often as I do.
No, he's not in love with it as much as you are.
No. But I've got the luxury that Kirsty absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
Right.
The kids love
it, yeah. Your daughter is literally like your Mowgli, we call her.
Mowgli, yeah.
She's literally should stay there if she had the option, wouldn't she? You can just tell she's fit.
She's got a local football team. She's playing matches with her in the summer.
She's really good, isn't she?
She's very good. Yeah.
She's a really good footballer. But you can just see with her, she's going to be that sporty type. And when we went to see you, she was stayed around an aunt's, didn't she, or something?
Yeah.
And you just let her just roam the streets.
It is. But you know,
but she was so comfortable. And how old was she? 9.
No,
she's tiny, isn't she?
She's 11.
Yeah,
but she's tiny. She's tiny.
Very so petite.
But you speak to her, you know she's not. You know, she's not little. Yeah.
Well,
strong mouth like her mum. Well, fagging it.
She busted vaping.
Oh, she vapes?
No, she done it once because she knows that I'd get put in prison if she keeps doing it.
As in Mowgli?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you were about the missus.
Sorry.
You caught her vaping?
Didn't catch her. She admitted it. She tried it once
Oh, well, they're all going to try it. They're all going to
at school, in the toilets.
with the teacher.
Yeah, supplying it. Yeah,
We want you to join our football team. We have a vape.
yeah.
It's got performance enhancing in
But
it.
it's a shock because obviously I used to smoke, but I didn't start until I was 15.
Have I seen you smoke? I feel like I've seen you smoke. Have you stopped again then?
I give up.
When you had that bridging loan?
I started again. That's what I started. Dan was that. Do you know, Dan was do. I really wanted to, but I couldn't afford to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, about a year and a half. I think that's a year and a half now. About a year and a half.
Right, okay.
That I've given up. Coronation, I think. No, it wasn't a coronation. Yeah, it's about a year and a half. It was.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's. There's so much you can go into about the businesses. You could.
Oh, go on forever, mate.
Stories
Go on forever, but we can have you back and we can come and visit and have steak. I'm not really interested what you got to say. I just wanted to could we stay? Yeah. So I've done a few bits for you, which I've always appreciated. Really, I enjoy working with you. We've done the expo, haven't we? I filmed you a couple of times there at Detlin.
Yeah.
Detlin, what is it called? The Builders
Kent Construction
Kent
Expo.
Construction Expo. That's good.
Yeah.
Because that's where you met Fern for the first time. Your honorary daughter, wasn't it?
Yes.
No, I met her where we were picking. We picked her up from school, and I told her that you've left your wife, left her mum, and went. I'm now your lover.
Yeah. Second dad. Dad two. Dad number two.
And which she took quite well, didn't she? And she calls me Dad too now, I think.
Yeah.
I could just see, like, him walking her up the aisle and then you meeting her halfway.
My turn. Cha-ching.
I'll take it from here.
Well, we do the dress reveal when I'm there.
I'll just push him out of the way.
Me first.
We was talking to one of our podcasts was Ellis Rose.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Demola.
Yeah.
And he said Demola, he's only spoken to him twice. All this flirting he does with him, he's only ever had, he would say maximum 2 conversations with him.
Because he's shy. Have you seen him blush?
Oh, which one?
Demola.
I've had some really good conversations with him. He's coming in at some point.
Demola.
Yeah.
He is amazing. And do
Yeah.
you know what? That guy is intelligent.
Yes, he is.
He's got, is it MIT? The accreditations he's got
Right.
are extremely high.
Okay.
And when you speak to him, just say, did you like Steve's solution to solving, rack concrete?
Right, yes.
Because I come up with a solution. And
Oh,
he
right.
said, that's brilliant.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Okay.
I might patent that idea.
Yeah, he's interviewed me before. He interviewed me when I did the tab theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I did the tab theory. And I said to Ellis, the effort he gave on that interview was unbelievable.
Amazing.
Everything
He knows his
does.
stuff.
So good.
He knows his stuff. He knows about how films. He knows about directing. He knows about how to shoot an angle.
Yeah.
He studies films.
Yeah.
He was comparing it to like the Taxi Driver. There's me making a 30-minute comedy. He's comparing it to Taxi Driver. I was like, I have that. So yeah, I accept that. I accept that. He said this one scene you did really reminded me of Taxi Driver. Like, perfect. I don't know where he's got that from a comedy, but I'll take that.
I think that's where he's driving down the road.
Yeah, there's a taxi there.
Yeah, there's a taxi.
He's looking in the mirror going, you talking to me?
Yeah. He pulls that in. Yeah.
Well, I accepted it, but he gave 100% on that.
He's
he really did.
He's a very, very good guy. He's full of heart. And do you know this thing that he's doing about the olive oil? Have you seen that he's selling olive oil that his wife's family's made?
No.
Right. So his wife's family, they have the olive orchard in Italy.
Okay.
And it is the best olive oil all of us, my mum and dad included, has ever had.
Really? We love a
Yes.
bit of olive oil.
And your Maltesers as well.
Yes,
So you get
yes.
a lot of imports.
It
from
is
that sort of
amazing.
Okay, we'll talk to you about that.
I promise you, it's one of them things that, just olive oil is olive oil.
Yeah.
It's not. It's completely different.
Well, it's like, I didn't realise until my mum and dad went to Italy and they did one of their tours that balsamic vinegar is like wine.
Yes.
You can have different grades of it.
Yeah,
They brought us back this box and it was like wine.
Yes.
It was so nice, wasn't it? It was amazing.
And the best ones they're almost like a syrup.
Mm.
They're
really
and,
thick.
Yes.
And you're like,
and they've got like
I love
sweet.
the thick ones.
Yeah.
More like a glaze than anything.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love the thick ones. Yeah.
if you have a good olive oil to go with that.
Let's hope no one's jumped halfway into this podcast. I love the thick ones.
I think that might be the tagline. Steve. Oh, I love the thick ones.
I love the thick ones, yeah.
Steve Degiorgio.
I love the thick
Love the thick ones. I'm looking forward to Demola because he lights a room up when he talks, doesn't he? He's funny. He's funny.
I love him. It's just his voice just makes me smile.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
It really does.
He is a very good guy.
But you heard about his America trip, yeah? 'Cause he's writing a book. No, he's writing a book and he went to America and I had a chat with him about it. He said, I went for a week because I wanted to go to a library to study just for his book. I went, blimey. So he went all the way to America to go to a library. He went, yeah. He said, my wife said, to save time, I'll make you sandwiches. She made him sandwiches and then he got them confiscated at the airport, as you would. So he's going into America with a load of sandwiches.
And he was arguing with them as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He wasn't happy about it.
Yeah. Do you know what the worst thing about it is? Has he not heard of Google?
I know. He didn't even question it. And he stayed another week. He studied there and was like, I could do with being there another week. Just stayed another week. His life, it just cracks me up. It's just so free, you know.
He's a
good guy,
but you know what? He'll do anything for anyone.
He would.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he would.
Anything
so
for anyone.
lovely.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And obviously he's come from nothing.
Yeah, which I don't know too much. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Yeah.
He'll have a much more exciting life.
And, you know, you've come from nothing really, Steve, and you've done yourself proud. And, you know, pleasure to know you, my old mate.
Thank you.
Any final words? Do you want to advertise your business?
Yeah,
Or
do you want to give
website,
mention all 12 of them? I think I've got enough tape.
we can list them like this.
Yeah.
Like the Star Wars.
Right, so let's start with Angelos Interiors first. What's your information on that?
So Angelos Interiors is a retail outlet. We sell kitchens, bedrooms, bathrooms, home offices. We have a kitchen designer. We do full design, install plans for new builds, for refurbishments. We can do supply only. We can do supply and fit. So we fit most markets. We can do high end. We can do rentals.
I meant your email address. Feel free to milk it.
Email address. Yes.
Or contact information. But no, I'm happy for you to do that. If you wanted to go into more detail about it, feel free to milk this, you know.
Edit me out completely.
No, I won't edit it out.
Angelos Interiors is the website.
It wouldn't be funny. I could edit it in a way that it's just me and you here, and I'll have his head down really low, like he's that tall.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just talking, a voodoo doll sitting on top of the cup.
Every time he gets up in a meeting, we go, stand up, Steve.
Yeah. Before anyone says it, I am.
Yeah. Right, so that's Angelos Interiors. Next, what do you want to go on to next?
Degiorgio Properties is our building company, and our website is Degiorgio Properties.
And just Degiorgio spelled weird. Spell it out.
DEG.
Yeah.
IOR.
Yeah.
GIO.
It doesn't even sound like Degiorgio, does it?
Well, it's Giorgio, like Giorgio Armani, with DE at the beginning.
Yeah, but that's a weird... GIR. Let's not get into it. All right, you were born with it, so I'll accept it.
Yeah. It took me a long time to be able to spell it. I think I was in year 6.
So this is child abuse, really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I'm so much younger.
I'm used to a GEORGE. You know what I mean? The I gets me.
It will do.
It's Degiorgio. It's Degiorgio.
Yeah, something like that. It's designer.
It's designer. Okay.
It is. It's Degiorgio Armani.
Fair enough. Did anyone get that email address? I don't know. So what is it again?
Oh, the email address, info@degproperties.co.uk.
Oh, that's made it easier, isn't it? DEG Properties.
All that.
Yeah, all that spiel beforehand wasn't needed. And now the really unique other business, which is Stephen's.
Mark and Steve, M&S Properties. What's that tagline?
Well, how long did it take to work that out? Was you mid-auction while doing this?
No, I would tell you something. I went through so many different names because when you set up a new company, which I've done a few of, you put in a name. And then they will tell you if the name's taken.
Oh, of course, yeah.
When you're registering the company details. I kept putting name after name after name. It was taken. I just got bored and I put Mark and Steve Properties. Available, done. It was literally like
Do you know what? That is a rare one to get through, isn't it? When you think about it, how many other Marks and Steves have... Well, none.
You can, Do you know what? And it was literally 15, 20 minutes putting so many different names in, and I just got bored. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's Mark and Steve Properties. We could trade as any name as long as we reference it back.
Yes, that's true.
To the company. So it's just something to open the company.
That's very true.
So
brilliant. Anything else you want to talk about? Are you done?
I think I'll save the rest of the next one.
Oh, good. Can't wait. Steak.
Yeah.
Is that the only reason you're doing another one?
For a shy one, you can talk, can't you? Eh? Well, I'm worried, Simon. Yeah, righto. Rabbit.
That's why I don't want to talk. You know?
There we go.
It brings back all this like emotion.
This is actually therapy.
This is therapy. Well, I don't know. Not with Simon.